Hey guys, Ron Harris with Renascent Mastermind coming to you to talk to you a little bit about the brain dump that's coming up. You should have received the document. If not, I'll resend it out to you guys, talking about what the brain dump is and what you need to do to prepare. You should be preparing now because we have about a week left to go, so you still have time to prep your brain. What is a brain dump? If you don't already know, it is our brain dump, and our goal retreat is going to this event to do an actual brain dump. Well, what is a brain dump? Well, in writers or in programmers, or if you're brainstorming or you need to create a list, you'll just dump everything from your brain onto, let's say, something like a piece of paper, and you won't worry about the order or the organization or the priority or bullet points or spelling and grammar. You just throw it up on paper and you go back and review it later, and you can do all this fancy stuff to it. So what we've done is we've taken goal planning and using what psychologists call the embedded presupposition factor, which is asking questions of your brain and allowing your brain to work on the answer. So there's studies out there that show that if you do an affirmation, let's say you say, I am successful, I am beautiful, I am going to work out 3 times a week, I'm going to do all these things. Well, that's an affirmation, and there's science and studies that support that when you do a affirmation, well, you have a higher probability of success. So, I am successful. I will work out 3 times a week. I will do these things. I'm this. And the more positive results you have. The more negative results you'll have. So, very, very powerful versus someone who doesn't do that. All right. And then if you do what science has found, if you start asking this question on how to do that or what to do, then your brain starts working on the answer, and you have an even higher probability of success. So instead of saying, I will work out 3 times a week, you can ask the question, will I work out 3 times a week? And what will happen is your brain starts working on that answer, and you have a higher probability of actually working out 3 times a week. So for the brain dump, we've taken that power of asking the brain questions and delaying the answer until you do the brain dump on a specific day, and then when that day comes, then you say, brain, I'm ready for the answer. So here's an example. For real estate investors, you could be saying, how do I buy 10 more houses in the next 2 months? Right? One thing you could say as a statement is, I will buy 10 houses in the next 2 months. But then if you ask the question, how can I buy 10 houses in the next 3 months or 2 months, then your brain starts working on the answer. So you ask your brain these questions, but tell it to delay it until you do the brain dump. So, brain, how do I get 10 houses in the next 2 months? But do not give me the answer until Sunday when we do the brain dump. So we're going to Table Rock, Branson, Missouri, in a beautiful, a beautiful 7-bedroom house, and we got 2 of them. And I think we still got some room, but you're going to be doing the brain dump on, I believe, that Sunday, which is the 14th. So we're going to be there from the 13th, 14th, and 15th. And that Sunday, you'll do the brain dump anytime throughout the morning into in the afternoon. And prior to that, we'll be doing workshops and goal planning and all kinds of other cool stuff. We'll be hanging out and having a good time and having great conversations. And we have different workshops that we'll be doing about goal setting and power of no and fear setting and the wheel of life and all these things that we've done in the past, and we'll continue to do these the life mapping, these cool things about planning your life out and asking questions and learning more about yourself, the things you may have forgotten about yourself in dreams and goals. And then you do the brain dump. So ask your brain questions, tell your brain to delay the answer until you do the brain dump, and then you'll do the brain dump. And there's a little bit more we'll do as we're there, and we'll get your mind prepped even more for that. So what questions can you ask? Anything. It can be financial, it could be spiritual, it could be about business, it could be about relationships, it could be about your kids, it could be about your what do you want to do in your goals and dreams, it could be about material things, it could be anything. You can ask all of those things. It could be 3 questions, 10 questions, 50 questions. And so what I do is when I get these questions and I start asking these questions, I'll start writing them down. Because your goal is to read those questions every single day. Hey brain, how do I get 10 houses in the next 10 months? Or how do I get 10 houses in the next 2 months? Right? And what will happen, of course you ask your brain, do not give the answer, but sometimes your brain's kind of working on the problem and you've told it to delay it, but your brain may be helping you ask a better question. So instead of saying, maybe the next day you'll say, well, how do I get 10 houses in the next 2 months? Well, maybe say, what I need to do to market to get 10 houses in the next 2 months. So you just keep asking a better question. And when that brain dump day comes, you've got all those questions that you've asked, that you've hopefully written down, and you're reviewing it every single day so that when you come to that brain dump, your brain is ready. It's ready to let it go. And as you prep for the brain dump, just say, I'm ready. You know, some other things you'll do, and you'll throw up on that paper. You won't organize your prioritize, think about the significance, you bullet point, you won't nothing. You'll throw it up on that paper. We give you journals to do that. And then you'll go back later and review, and you will be shocked. Sometimes you already knew the answer. Sometimes you'll be shocked that there's an answer that you didn't think about. All right? Sometimes it brings more questions, and you can continue the brain dump. And sometimes even the answer that's not on that piece of paper may be shocking to you, but there's more to that story. So it may be just as important what's on that paper and what did not make it on that piece of paper or that journal or however you process your brain dump. So again, ask your brain questions. Tell it to delay the answer until you do the brain dump on a specific time and date, which will be on a Sunday in Branson, Missouri. So anything goes. Again, ask any questions. Ask multiple questions. Ask better questions. Document it. Keep asking it. When you're in the shower, you've got some time there. Ask a couple questions. Right? And then when you get out, if you get a chance, review your document and get ready for the brain dump. Again, if you haven't received the document on how to prepare for the brain dump in a little bit more detail and some of the things that we're going to do at the brain dump, remind me or send me an email and I'll send that to you. It should also be in the Facebook group if you're a part of that group, and other things that will be out there for you. And then as we continue on, we'll do more fun stuff. Again, what is a brain dump? Asking your brain questions, delay the answer until you do the brain dump to get the answers you want using neuroscience. So the brain's very, very powerful. Our brain, there's a thing called what wires together, fires together. So as you continue firing all this stuff in your brain's working on these questions and answers and things like that. And as you're starting to network and hang out with other real estate investors or entrepreneurs or who's in that audience, in that group, you're going to find you're going to get awesome, awesome answers and planning out your goals and your future and things that you want to do, whether now or in the future. And then we'll just have a great time. You know, if you're into board games, you know, when we have downtime, we're going to be playing some board games or hanging out, cooking, and having a good time. So, again, the brain dump includes food and drink and the workshop and room and board. And we have 2 houses with 7 bedrooms, I believe, each. It's going to be awesome hanging out time. I think it's going to be warm, about 70 degrees there. So we might be able to go to the lake or hang out at the pool or whatever. So if you got any questions, don't hesitate to reach out to me or Angelina via email, or not me email, but Angelina. But better yet, text us or call us so you can get more information to continue on with the brain dump. And then we'll see you at the brain dump, guys. Ask the better question.